My name is Nick Denman. My wife and I, Kelly, we've been married for almost 28 years. It's been mostly full of, bad communication and compounding problems.
Hi, my name is Kelly Denman. My husband is Nick Denman. We've been married 28 years this year. The first thing I noticed right away with this program was Nick was a lot calmer. And what I mean by that is he had expectations about how things should go and how he wanted them to go. And they were so high that when the slightest little bump would appear, he would get completely stressed and fights would then start between us. Usually at the point where it was me as to reason why things didn't go well, but that all stopped within the first week of this Real Man program.
We've spent most of our marriage in a state of expecting fights to happen. I guess it's normal. I got bad advice from my family. Even worse advice from my father-in-law, her dad.
Our communication was so broken to the point that fights could last for days at a time, or it would wind up with me locked in the bathroom and us yelling back and forth through the door. It also did not help that my husband, even though he did not see it, had a huge chip on his shoulder that every time he walked in the room, I would just immediately get anxiety to the point that I was angry at him for having just been there.
We went and had counseling multiple times, secular and Christian counseling. Some of them even recommending divorce. So, not ideal, not productive there. And multiple times during our marriage, we've one of us or the other has decided that maybe we should end it. But until recently, it was just one of us and not both of us at the same time. When things get so bad that we're talking about divorce and we're talking about separation and love is taken away, I wanted to do everything right, and I tried to make lists of all the things she's griped about and all the things she's angry about, and start, just trying to fix those. And it seemed like no matter what I fixed, there's always something else behind it. There's always another problem, and then the problems were made up. They weren't even real problems. They weren't things I could fix. They just didn't exist. It's like phantom problems, and I started to wonder if it was even anything I could do, or if this is just the way it is and the way it has to be, and life in a shadow, just a shadow life. I would have given anything just to have her treat me as good as she treated strangers. If we're out and about, we stop at a store and she smiles and says, "Thank you" to the store clerk. That alone was a positive nicety that I just didn't get anymore, and I was jealous and I was angry, and it showed. So instead of making things better, I made things worse. Another aspect would be our sex life it was non-existent. And I guess what little bit did exist, it was just cold, it was rushed, it was mechanical. We both turned to online relationships to get emotional needs met, and that spiraled into an even worse, more disjointed relationship, and I didn't know how to get out of it. I didn't know how to make things better. Eventually, she was even encouraging me to to see other people, saying she wanted a divorce every day, multiple times a day, for years. And it was enduring being told that she wants a divorce. She wouldn't go get it, but she made sure to tell me that she wanted one, day in, day out, year after year. Just before starting the program, we, for the first time, actually had attorneys engaged.
With this program, the first thing I've noticed is he is a lot calmer when we get into a disagreement or something doesn't go the way it should. I can say that the most impactful thing about all of this that he is going through is his understanding of the sacrifice that I have done for him, for our family, to keep us together. He is now seeing just how much I have worked, how hard I've worked, how much I gave up in order to try to keep him happy at all times. And I can tell you, it changed me. And I am thankful that with this program, I am starting to be the person I remember. He is starting to be the person that I remember first meeting.
And having legal activity started really changed the perspective. And I got online and I was looking for help online, even though I'd been there before. But whether it was luck or fate or divine intervention, certainly within God's plan, ran across one of Bob's videos, and man, it was like he was sitting in my living room. He was talking about stuff that was exactly what we were going through. Tick for tick, problem for problem. I was sure there was something wrong with her. There was counselors that told me there was something wrong with her, and yeah, Bob was like, "You probably think something's wrong with her. There's not. Something wrong with you." And so, with the realization that there was something that I could do, there was something that I wasn't helpless. I wasn't adrift. There was something else I could do, something else I could try, and I guess it made me want to do it. And I've done professional coaching before, and well, generally not cheap. It delivers tremendous value.
Hey Bob, this is Nick, the other Nick, Denman.
Yes.
Well, feels like I was in church on Sunday and you were talking to me. I wasn't able to be here last Friday. I had a funeral that we had to be at. Got to spend 4 hours in the car with the wife though, and it was good. The week before we it's like we had that breakthrough with her saying that she loved me, but she wasn't in love with me, and she wanted to be. So that was big. But and she's starting to realize what her responsibilities are, and so there's so much good happening. The kingdom is expanding, and I'm learning so much. I'm very thankful. And yesterday I dropped her and my daughter off at the airport. They're going to Disney with some kids from the school to study with the Disney performers. And 18 minutes into the call, she sends me a text message and said, "Hey, go look on my desk." And there's a letter. Now, before all this started, Bob, I'd tell her, just treat me as good as you would treat a stranger. Just, treat me with the courtesy you treat the guy at the convenience store. That's all I need. Just do that. And then where I'm at now is this letter here. It's more than I ever would have asked for in what I would consider a good or perfect marriage. This is more than I've ever had in 27 years of marriage. So she wrote me this short little letter here, and she said, Nick, she said 2020, she meant 2021. 2021 was a turning point in our marriage and overall relationship. We were at the same point of throwing in the towel after 27 years and even had the divorce papers filled out. Thankfully, neither of us took the steps to turn it into the attorney's office to file them. You have changed so much in the past couple of months that you are starting to resemble the young man I fell in love with. I am grateful that you have finally taken the steps to be the man I always knew you were. This will be a long road, but we will make it through together. And while we travel this bumpy road, our children will see the transformation. My hope is that they learn. Sorry, my glasses are fogging up here. They will learn that even though there are tough times, with God and hard work, anything is possible. Love you, Kelly. So I thank you, Bob.
Oh my gosh, I'm clapping. Praise Jesus. That is amazing, brother. I'm crying too, man. That is awesome. So excited for you.
So I knew the kind of value that it could provide, and I decided to go ahead and do it. But I wasn't really prepared for the impact that the Real Men Revolution coaching series program, the impact that it would have on my life was much more than I thought was really possible. The tools, the materials, videos, the coaching available daily, it helped me see what had been hiding in plain sight for most of my life, and I was just too blind, too dumb, too wrapped up, too scared, too whatever to see it. It became clear, and I was able to use that to start making a difference. I wish I had known all of the things that I know now, having gone through the program. I wish I had known that at the start of our marriage. Oh, the life we've led would have been fantastically different, but we've got it now.
I can say I'm no longer anxious when he walks into the room. As a matter of fact, I look forward to see him. What we have done or changed is we have started making date nights and setting time aside so that we can actually have conversations with each other about what's going on in our lives, how we're feeling, anything that is bothering us. The hardest part for me is letting go of my control. I'm used to doing everything myself, so now when Nick says, hey, I'll go to the store, or hey, I'll pick up the kids, or hey, I'll do this, I really don't know how to handle that. So at first, in my head, I get a little upset. It's like, why are you wanting to do this? But I've gotten to where I remember that I am no longer alone in this relationship and in this life. So it has become a lot easier for me to allow him to be who he wants to be. I would recommend this program to any husbands who are willing to fight for their marriage to make it work. When Nick first came to me about this program, I honestly did not think anything could save our marriage or would even benefit us in any way. So I gave the blessing for him to spend the money, fully expecting that the price for this program would be a total waste of money, but I was completely and 100% wrong.
When I first started working with the program, the stuff had opened my eyes to. It hit me like a truckload of bricks. I realized, I guess, how immature and selfish I had been, how unrealistic my expectations were. I was radiating despair. I was angry. I was leading in the wrong directions, and somehow I was surprised that she would follow. But I had to get my head, heart, and hand, my thoughts, my faith, my walk with God, and my actions in line with what God intended for me to be. And I don't think anything gets better until that happens. Anything and everything that happens up to that point is wasted effort. It's absolutely critical. I realized that if things were going to change, I had to be that change. I had to lead. I had to do it first. I had to serve, and that is the leadership. It's not directing. It's not management. It's doing the right thing yourself first because it's the right thing to do. I had to get rid of that immaturity that was really just dominating and destroying everything. I had to replace it with the purpose that God had reserved and ordained for me. Without finding my own sanctification, there's really no way that I'm strong enough alone to shoulder the burdens, to have the courage to face the problems that need to be faced. I guess to have the humility that it takes to take the venom that I have to take. The world tells me, I need to stand up for myself, but I realize with this program that I have to stand up for my family too. I have to stand up for my wife. I have to stand up for me and for the kids. And most of that fight, most of that battle, it happens inside me, in my own mind and in my own heart. And getting those right allows me to get my actions right.